everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing this brown and green soft glam. I think it's perfect for Thanksgiving, which is coming up. I did it recently for a culture con and everybody's like, we need a tutorial. So here I am giving you a tutorial, and let's hop right into it. Before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, if you like it along the way, you learn anything, please give it a like down below and make sure you subscribe. We're working towards that 46,000, then towards that 50,000, then towards the big 100 and getting a plaque. Yes. So make sure you subscribe down below and let's get right into the video. Okay, so we're starting off per always with your eyes already primed. I use the Anastasia at Beverly Hills Eyeshadow Primer. Now this is a brown eyeshadow look, but we are using those pops of greens, and the light eyeshadow primer will help that green really stand out and pop. It'll help any color. Think about coloring on a white piece of paper versus like a brown or a tan piece of paper. It's going to come out brighter with this white base. So that's why we're using this eye primer today. Now let's get into the eyeshadows. We're going to start with the Too Faced The Natural Nudes palette, one of my favorite palettes for neutrals. Now, when I originally did this look, I was out of town, which means that I did not have a lot of different palettes and things going on with me, because I hate traveling with makeup and I like to keep it very minimal. So just note that, because we won't have too many things going on, but this is what we're starting with. I'm going to be using this Ulta 3-in-1 Shadow 04 brush, just a medium blending brush, and going into shade Maple, which is this medium brown, great transition color. As always, if you don't have the exact same palette I have, that's cool. You don't have the exact same brushes I have, that's cool. Just use something that's comparable. So you're gonna go into a medium brown, preferably warm toned. Because we're using warm tone browns today, especially for fall. It's about to be Thanksgiving, you know, warm tone browns. I'm gonna go into the outer corner. Where is your outer corner? That's gonna be out toward where you would put wing lashes. First, I'm gonna go ahead and pat this primer flat, just to eliminate creasing and make it easier to blend on. Then I'm going to go back to that outer corner and I'm going to start in the crease. Where's the crease? Close your eyes, open them. That fold there, that's your crease. Say, for example, your crease looks different than mine. That happens. They come in different shapes and sizes. You're going to go halfway from your brow bone to your lash line. So we're going to go right at the halfway point and blend out this brown. Doing the same on the other eye. I've actually done this look multiple times for events. I just recently did it for CultureCon. That's where on Instagram everybody was like, give us a tutorial, And basically all I do is just change the main color. Like, so today is gonna be green. It's very simple. We're kind of going for a soft glam. Just to give you a spoiler alert, we will not be cutting the crease. So this is gonna be fun. So now we're gonna go into this ColourPop Gone Matte palette, a friend of the show. I always take this when I travel because this is another one of my favorite neutral palettes. We're gonna go into this light orange shade here. I'm not gonna say the shade name because I dropped this like when I first got it and had to like basically put everything in different spots. So I'm not sure what its government's name is. We're going to use a very light tan shade, and we're going to blend that out above the crease. The lighter shades and the fluffier brushes. This is an e.l.f. fluffy eye blender. Go up towards the brow bone. As you go down towards the lash line, you're going to use colors that are darker. Awkward moment. Ran out of storage. As you go up the eye, you're going to use fluffier brushes. As you go down the eye, you're going to use more densely packed or thinner brushes. We're using this shade here to blend between where the primer was, up near the brow bone, and the brown, so that there's not that white stark line, and to blend out the edges of the brown so it's not as harsh. So, yes. Now, once we've done that, we're gonna go back to step number one. You're never gonna add an eyeshadow one time in a Lauren Brown tutorial. We're gonna go back to step one using that medium brown and that Ulta brush And I'm going to blend right back into the crease just to make sure that this brown doesn't get lost in translation once we blended it out up here, just so that it doesn't, you know, look muddy, for extra insurance and due diligence. Yes. Okay, now let's get into the dark shade. So now I'm going to be going back into that Too Faced Natural Nudes palette. And I'm going to go in with shade Truffle. And I'm using a Morphe M433. And I'm going to blend this lower in the crease. And I'm really going to concentrate this out towards the outer corner. So I'm going to blend it like so. Almost as if we are getting ready to do a half cut crease. Because like that's the shape we're going for, but we're not going to cut the crease. Like I said, I've been using this a lot when I'm out of town and when I do makeup for events. I don't believe in cutting my crease when I'm out of town. I really don't like doing makeup in any like place that's not the studio, because like I have this spacing, I have everything I need. So when I go out of town, I like to do much easier, less technical looks, like not super duper cut creases that have like 3 stars on top and wing lashes and blocked out brow. You know, it's not something too crazy. You know, when you're out of town, you have like quick moment to get ready and you want eyeshadow looks that are going to have as little surprises as possible. Sometimes when you cut the crease, if you don't cut one eye the same as the other, there goes surprises, and you don't have time for that when you're in a new city and your Uber's on the way. Okay? So I'm just going to concentrate this in the crease and out towards the outer corner. As you can see, this brush is less fluffy than the medium brush. I told you as we go down the crease, we're going to use bristles that are more densely packed, so thinner and thinner brushes, because that really concentrates the color more, and we want it to be darker down towards the lid. The reason we want it to be so dark down towards the lid is because when there's that dark and then we add that lime green, that pop, that contrast is going to make the green pop even more, because it is comparing it to that dark brown right next door. Then once I added that brown, I'm going to go back in with that medium brown just to blend out that dark brown. Make sure there's no sharp edges. Almost like you can't tell which eyeshadow I added last. Like, it's not like, oh, she definitely just added that one. Because you can see the edges are harsh. It looks like I can just see exactly what the brush bristles were. The brush bristles were. I find browns are the hardest eyeshadow to blend. Let me know in the comments down below what color like gives you. But I feel like brown is the hardest to blend because it's so simple. Like because it's so simple, I feel like it doesn't hide like all of the little brush marks and like the unblended parts, as well as like a blue or a green. But you let me know, are neutrals harder to work with for you or browns? I've been saying this for years, but browns are hard. Okay, now if you would like, you can go back in with that dark brown. If you feel like, oh, I feel like I just lost all the impact of the dark brown like I do, you can go back in with that here. All right, now I'm going to go into the ColourPop Matte About Hue palette. And the reason I'm opening this baby is because this is where our bright lime green comes from. This is shade Say Less. I'm going to use a flat brush. Let me make my selection. Okay, so I'm going to use this ColourPop E18 brush, and I'm going to go into shade Say Less. I'm going to add that right to the lid. Am I going over some of that brown? Yes, don't worry. Like I said, this is not a cut crease moment. It doesn't even have to look perfect because we're going to add some textures on top. We're going to add some glitter. We're going to add some shimmer. And you can use a blending brush. I have one right here that happens to already be green. This is a ColourPop E15. You can even use that green and blend it right there. Blend that green right on in. That way there is no harsh line. It looks like, oh wow. How did she just blend lime green into brown like that? That's what we're going for here. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes. This flat brush, as you can see, is a little bit soft. The brush bristles like bend very, very easily. I went for something a little bit harder because it's going to be better for the glitter, and the glitter won't get kind of like stuck in between the bristles and ruin the brush. So I'm going to be taking this Morphe Cosmetics Mixed Signal dual-ended cream and liquid shadow stick. It has a little long name. And this is in shade Partner Player. And I love these. Like, I love a shimmer that doesn't look like a glitter half cut crease as soon as you put it on. Like, it's not super, super opaque. You can build it up. You can use it just sparingly. I love it, and it's iridescent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, this is a BH Cosmetics brush. This is a 7 brush. And you can use any flat brush you have. I'm gonna take that onto that brush. I'm not gonna take too much. As you can see, I'm like picking some up and then putting some back down because I don't want too much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add that right to the green. The reason why I even picked this glitter is because it has some green in it. It has some green undertones. Now I'm going to take this ColourPop Heartthrob Jelly Much Shadow. It's not super jelly now. It's like powder. I've had this for a long time. It's kind of just, so if you have a shimmery line shadow, it would do the same thing. But this is what's going to really give that green. Adding some of that on top. I'm going to add more of that green. And then I'm going to add more glitter. You can add as much glitter as you would like. You may want this to be more matte. You're like, I like how that looks right there. You may feel like I want more glitter. Follow me. I'm going to more glitter zoo, actually. We could carpool. So I'm going to just add some more of that shimmer, especially now that we have that line down. At this point, I'm just trying to make the amount of glitter match the other eye. If you feel like it's getting too glittery, you can add more green, more lime on top. Just be mindful that glitters are kind of wet. So as you add it on, you don't want to add it on too thick in one level because then it will crease. It will crease. Ask me how I know. It will crease bad. You don't want that. Going back in with that blending brush, a little bit of that green. Blending it to eliminate that harsh edge. And yes. For the inner corner, I'm going to take this cream shade here from that Too Faced palette. You can also get really, really funky and add a little bit, you know, of that green if you would like. It's up to you. And I'm going to just go into that inner corner, blending that out. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the cream than the green, just so that it differentiates away from what we already have going on in the eye. Now we're going to go back to the blending. So I'm going to take that Morphe M433 we're using earlier, and I'm just going to reinforce that in the outer, what is this, outer fourth maybe of the lid. I told y'all lots of similarity to a half cut crease. I'm going to take that flat brush from before because we don't need to make a whole bunch of brushes dirty if we don't need to. Since I'm not going to be using it for the green anymore, I'm going to go into shade Maple. And I'm going to add just a little bit in between that dark brown and that green. And why am I doing that? To make the eye look more cohesive, to make the browns look more blended. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that lime green from the palette. Go over that maple just a little bit. That's what's gonna give us the blend. So it's not just so much like, oh, she just stuck 2 random browns right there. How nice. No, it's blended. Okay, I'm able to correct that little boom. We're gonna wipe that glitter away. It's so crazy because it's almost like a glitter glue because it's a liquid eyeshadow, but yet and still, glitter will find a way to get all over your face. So before we do the lower lash line, let's go into the waterline real quick. When I say waterline, it's an 80% chance you already know it's coming. This is a NYX Cosmetics Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I'm gonna take a craft brush and we're gonna do a white waterline to really, really go with the freshness and the brightness that we have from the green. We're gonna go along, not at, along the waterline. If you want to know more about the waterline, applying products on the waterline, what colors give you what effect, like the white here is going to open up the eye because of the illusion. You see the whites of your eyeball extending down, there's an illusion there, right? But if you want to know more about that, I have a whole waterline 101 video where I get all into it, so check that video out. Okay, so let's go into the lower lash line. I don't know why I have these brushes in my hand. You're gonna take a flat brush and I'm going to start with shade Maple. I'm gonna do brown on the lower lash line. You could do green here as well if you would like to. I'm going to do brown and I'm going to just start closer towards the inner corner, not all the way in. When you put too much darkness right here, it really like changes the shape of the eye. So I'm going to not right underneath the tear duct, but a little bit closer towards the center of the lower lash line. Going to add that Maple. Taking that brush from before that we used to blend out that brown on the top of the eye, I'm going to lightly blend out that brown on the bottom of the eye. I'm then going to go into that dark shade Truffle, that dark brown there, and I'm going to add that over here towards the outer corner, stopping about halfway in. As you can see, that changed the shape of the eye. Eyeshadow is all about manipulating the shape of the eye, and I think it's just so fun. Now I'm going to go in with that brush that we used for the green, and I'm going to add some right underneath the tear duct. And you're probably gonna be like, what the? But just walk with me. I'm gonna go into a little bit of that yellow and that orange to go in between the green and that brown. More so the orange. Let me get some more orange. Going back in with that green so it doesn't get lost in translation. And you're probably like, Lauren, what the? Why are we putting on orange? You see, color wheel. Green, yellow, orange, red. Usually you see it red, orange, yellow, green, but it's just inverse, right? We're going with that green. Green to brown, you can blend those together, but it's easier to blend things together that aren't necessarily right next to each other on the color wheel if you use a color that's in between. So green, yellow, orange, that blends into that brown much more nicely and gives it a little bit more personality, a little bit more character on the bottom of the eye. I'm gonna add just a little bit more cream to the inner corner while I'm talking about this. So recently I have been battling with lower lash mascara getting all under my under eye. Like, it is bad. Sometimes I still use it for looks that I know I'm about to wash off in the house because I'm like, I'm about to wash them off. I'm in the house. It is what it is. I'm gonna do a quick video, take pictures, that's it. But when I'm going outside, I must be more careful. So when I have a long day like CultureCon was a 2-day convention and it was from like 8 to 8. I was like, I'm not going to do lower lash mascara. And there's been 3 events that I've done this look for that I have not done lower lash mascara because I'm like, I do not want to meet people with my, you know, my under eyes looking raccoony, looking very black, not doing that. So what we're going to do is we are going to add gems. It gives a little bit of something to look at down there because that's why I like lower lashes. I like the way that they like catch your eye's attention. But it's not gonna leave like black residue. So we're gonna add lashes, then we're gonna add rhinestones. But first, before we do that, liner. So today we're going to be using the Benefit Roller Liner eyeliner, and this is in shade brown. And we're going to make a very, very simple diagonal line from out here where that darkness is in the outer corner towards the inner corner. But as you can see, it stops maybe like 1/4 from the tear duct. I'm going the same on the other side. Very simple, no pressure. The only pressure is to make sure that they look alike. Like, I can go a little bit higher on this side. Yes. Once again, I love manipulating the shape of the eye. Also, I like putting down liner now because it makes it so much easier to put on lashes. If you want to know how to put on faux lashes, you can check out my faux lashes video. I'm not leaving you for dead on this step. Check out that video. I'll teach you all about it. I'm going to throw on lashes really, really quickly, mostly because I need to find some. And then we're going to come back and add the rhinestones on the top and on the bottom. So we are back. Here's what you're going to need for this next step. This is the Kiss Cosmetics Super Stronghold Eyelash Adhesive and Clear. This is the same thing that I put on my eyelashes to keep my eyelashes on. And we're going to use this as a glue adhesive for these rhinestones. So you're going to make one dot, one small dot, nothing too big. Nothing too big. And I'm going to take some tweezers. I like to do things with my fingers. When it comes to rhinestones, tweezers is your best bet. They also come with, I have this whole entire like rhinestone set. This is from Amazon. There's like silver holographic, and then there's also, these are all the colors. So there's silver, yellow, black, brown, pink, like a magenta pink, a blue, a darker blue, a red, a purple, a light pink, and I think this is like an even darker pink, but all of these fell out when I was traveling. But this is a great little rhinestone set for anything. My mom uses them for Crocs. I use them for eyes. That's what this is about. We're gonna take the green ones out, and we're gonna take these larger rhinestones because I'm only doing 2. Using my tweezers, I'm going to pick up the rhinestone and I'm going to place it right where I put the glue. Simple. Also, I did add a little bit of lower lash mascara because I forgot. I completely forgot. Sometimes I turn the camera off, I forget that I'm making a video, so you don't have to put lower lash mascara on. In fact, I like this look without the lower lash mascara on, and it's barely there, but in case you're looking at my lashes like, hold on, wait a minute. I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot. But yeah, we're going to add just a dot underneath the lower lashes. Then we're going to pick up another rhinestone. Please hold. And we're going to place that right underneath. So you see what I'm saying? It gives you a reason to look at the eye without it being a whole bunch of lower lashes there that will turn black and turn your concealer black, and it would just be embarrassing. Everybody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I thought she was the makeup girl. Oh my gosh, she must be like lying in her videos. And it's like, well, no, it's just, so yeah. That's why I like to use these. And I don't like to do too many rhinestones because if I do put one right on the top of the center of the eye, right on the bottom of the center eye, that's exactly where your eye is gonna go. And yes, so here is the final look. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you try out this look, please tag me. I would love to see it. I think it's perfect for Thanksgiving. So let me know if you try it. Actually, some of the Instagram ragdolls already have. So thank you so much if you have tried this look and you have sent it to me. I very much appreciated seeing these. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. We're working towards, right now, 46,000 subscribers, which is working towards 50, which is working towards the big 100. And then from there, we'll go on and on and on. So please make sure you subscribe down below and let me know what you want to see next in the comments. If you have any questions or comments or concerns right now, me and the Instagram ragdolls have been talking about makeup terms, like doing an A to Z series. So let me know what you still need help on down below. That can help me build that series. And yes, if you want to see more of me, more of my looks, check out the short tab. Check out me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Raggedy World, the same way it's spelled down below. On TikTok, I have a bucket list series, and we're going to get back to that very soon. Different foods, activities, cuisines, challenges, all that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.